Доброго времени суток! Всем привет, с вами я, Свен, и мы продолжаем играть в игру Игра Престолов. Хочу напомнить, что играем в эпизод 1, глава 3. Ну что ж, продолжаем.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction.
Ебать, я унылое говно, блин, спать хочу, ад вообще.
Let's not do something rash.
Конечно, я справлюсь с Филом. Ебать, у него имя.
Well said, my lord.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
Вот он, сука, жирный, да?
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house, but to his family it's still a loss.
Не пожимать руку. Вот,
My
сука.
only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
Да, пошел ты в
My father
задницу.
died a hero, fighting for the North against traitors and oath breakers.
Aye, and look where that got him. And no bread and salt. What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Calm yourself,
Успокойся.
old man.
Ну, старик
You
за
little
дело.
fuck! That's how you talk to a lord? You Foresters have shit on us for generations.
И дальше
Well,
срать
now the
будем.
Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries. You cunt.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
We all serve House Bolton now.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Правосудие он хочет, что он хочет.
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship
Сука,
here said,
лжет,
when
стоит.
your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that?
Всё
Attack
заплатит.
for no reason.
Блин, он
Garrett was
защищался.
only
Так что
defending himself.
пошел в задницу.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men.
А чё бы нет?
And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name.
Как вы
And you
поступите
are
за
the
поступок своих людей?
of this house.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not
Да, ну,
soldiers.
вообще.
Soldiers worth 100 of their type. Where's the fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
Его
He
отправили
was
на
sent to the
стену.
wall.
Who the fuck sent him to the wall? Answer me! Who's the one who did it?
Вы меня
You heard me.
слышали?
He was sent to the wall. It's done.
What? That was my justice to deliver, boy. And you denied me of it. I'm not leaving until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord
Кэтлин
Whitehill.
Старк.
Have you forgotten your manners?
Реально, внешне такая вообще.
I mean no
Чуть
disrespect to you, my
потемнее, чуть
lady,
поморщинистее будет.
considering your losses and all.
Блин, не хочу скоропить.
This is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
I've heard enough, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Делайте, как считаете нужным. Да мне, в принципе, насрать. Так, сдернуть бы его на плахе. Грушу ему в зад.
I was wrong about your son, my lady. He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
Итак, это была
Your sister can help us.
вроде как третья глава.
Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's
Мира
favor.
Форестер, Красный
And
замок,
Lady
Королевская
Marjorie's
гавань.
betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay.
Вот
If
тут сейчас
it's
будет трэш.
presented to her as it should be.
Вынос мозга. Такой диалог адский. Прям вообще ад. Но чуть позже. А пока что мы смотрим, что у нас лежит в сундуке. В сундуке ни хрена. Амулет сделан из железного ствола. Законченное письмо. Это 6.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Возвращаемся обратно. Сейчас мы возьмем это письмо, что знали нам. И все, мы офигеем немного. Читаем письмо. Отошла, только взяла.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Давай быстрее, Епта.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Later would be best.
Of course, milady.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss. From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
Вы очень добры, миледи. Очень добры.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in
Да, по
King's
сути,
Landing,
Маргарет
now
еще
that
та
I'm to be
сука,
queen.
ну, здесь она как бы
To
представлена
have
с
a
более доброй,
handmaiden from the
хорошей
north whose
стороны,
family
светлой
fought
стороны.
for Robb Stark.
Пока
It
мы ничего
raises
говорить не
questions
будем,
at a
вот эта
time I can least
дура сзади нам
afford.
мешает.
Cersei
Вот,
herself
кстати, мы говорили
cornered
с
me
ней
this
наедине,
morning
да еще
outside
тут
the
и
royal
стража.
sept.
Ужас прям.
She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself. Her
Я
face
не
was full of
предательница.
mirth as she said it.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you and, by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so
Я
near.
сделаю, как вы
I'll do
просите.
as you ask, my lady.
Конечно.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Окей. Как она, что
See
она
if the
хочет
Queen Regent
услышать?
is ready to receive
Хочет
us.
услышать, чтобы- Сейчас на колено надо будет, скорее всего, потому что я как раз наклонилась, она такая недовольная была. Да.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Good luck.
Хорошо. Итак, сейчас у нас состоится диалог с Арсей, и будет эпик драма. Мы скажем ей, что мы ее любим, что королю присягу даем, что мы готовы на сотрудничество. Заметьте, там Тирион еще что-то.
You can do this.
Тирион красава вообще, мужик хоть и карлик. Смотрите, эльфы. Забавно выглядит. Картинка довольно-таки прикольная.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Ну, как прорисован Тирион,
Lord
блин.
Tyrion.
Вкусно.
Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Переклонить колено.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he?
Ну,
She
конечно,
is.
королю
Yes, Your Grace.
потыкаем ей,
To the one
потыкаем,
true
чтобы она заткнулась, прям, чтобы она поверила,
The
что мы
one
хотя бы
true king.
верны ей, на
Yet
самом
she
деле
didn't say
Маргарет.
which. The girl is clever.
She only meant...
I don't care what she meant. I care what she said.
Придирается к
I
этому,
won't
чем
stand for
можно.
impertinence from a girl of the north.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can
Ей еще ничего
explain
не
why the
сказал,
Forresters
блин.
have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for
Пиздец,
centuries.
блин.
A house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily. Is it any wonder you were so impertinent
насрать
to
мне.
ask which king deserves your loyalty, if you have any loyalty at all? Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord,
Пошел в
Roose
жопу.
Bolton?
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is, and I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned, but now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks,
Какая
wielding a
цель?
battle axe for the Northern Army.
Вино свое.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I'm sure she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she would...
Let the girl answer the question.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
И так все у нас тут так получилось. Ну, ладно, ничего страшного. Продолжаем.
I'll walk you out.
Да, пожалуйста. Да.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I
Вы
speak for
можете
the
помочь
crown
моей
in this regard.
семье? И
Not
что,
her.
иначе
You can help my
далее...
family.
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
Да, надо. Тирион, я тебя полагаю, тебе
It may
большая
be far
голова.
too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave
Ох
girl,
уж,
aren't you?
Игра Престолов,
I'll
вот
consider
эта
it.
драма, как все
Now,
разворачивается.
if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I
ужас.
would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere
Спасибо
thought
вам,
of
я
them makes
вообще
me
спать
thirsty already.
хочу.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be
Сейчас
careful.
рубануть
This is
и
not the
уснуть.
north. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Ну, пожалуй, на этом все. Всем спасибо. Вернемся в следующей части. Через денек, два, ну и так далее. В общем, итог. Все было довольно-таки лихо. Вот этот эпик драма, эфирический диалог. Феерический диалог. Это вообще ужас, крайней безнизменности. В общем, всем спасибо, всем удачи. До новых встреч.